All right, we're headed north on Z Highway. We're in Camden County, Missouri. We're very close to Lake of the Ozarks. And we're going to look at a large property with direct frontage on the paved road, as well as on an easement road. Okay. The property is just started on the right side of the road. So the whole west side basically borders this paved road, this Highway Z. And then we'll drive back onto it. We'll take a look at the bulk of the property here. This has apparently an existing approach coming right off the highway here. It looks like it hasn't been maintained in a while, but we're gonna go for it. Against my better judgment. There we go. And it's got apparently a little gate. There's a cabin here, which we weren't actually aware of. So this is a property that was leased out for a couple years. And from time to time, people either trade a property or we get it back. And it has happened in the past where there's been a little cabin like this. We'll look at that in a second, but it's very, very likely that the situation in that cabin is it's from one of those cabin manufacturers where you make the monthly payments on it. And they'll move it out to your property. So that cabin, I doubt it was built on site, and I doubt it's attached to the ground. So that is not part of the real estate. So in buying this property, you understand that at some point someone's probably going to come and pick up their cabin. If the guy was no longer interested in keeping this property, then he obviously was probably not interested in making the payments on his cabin. And at some point, the people who sold it to him will probably come and get it. We've had that happen a couple times in the past, and it can take them months to get out here. So we just want you to be aware of that. What if they never come and get it? Well, we have no idea. It's very likely someone will come and get it. So bear that in mind. If no one ever does, then there is that little cabin sitting on the property, which I guess is pretty cool. But just so everybody understands, we're selling it without that little cabin that happens to be there right now. So we've actually got a really nice building site. Highway Z, it's not a thoroughfare. It's not, like there's a ton of traffic on it, but in the summertime, obviously you have people coming and going to the lake. So the whole west side of the property directly borders Highway Z, and then the whole east side borders the private easement road. And let's walk up and check out the highway frontage first. I want you to be aware that this approach is in bad shape. You won't make it in a car unless that's repaired. On the plus side, it just looks like fairly loose gravel, so probably a couple hours with the shovel, and you can make that where it's usable without having to use four-wheel drive. We've got a good driveway, we've got a nice gate. There appears to be a power meter, but I'm not 100% sure it services this property. Although according to MapRight, it is on the property. So MapRight shows that this is on the property, and that actually makes sense with what we're seeing here. This is an adjoining property, and they have a separate power meter over there. So apparently this is a power meter that serves this property. You've got a plug-in right there. Take a look at that. I'm going to put this, I'd like to take a look at. Okay, so you've got 100 amp service right there, which is really cool. And you've actually got, wow, got a weather resistant circuit breaker right there. So someone spent a couple bucks on this. I don't see any sign of the power running to the little cabin. It looks like it stops right there at the meter where the box and the plug-in is located. So we actually hadn't been out to this property for quite some time. We hadn't seen this driveway, we hadn't seen the gate or this building site. We had no idea about the cabin. I don't have the topo map right in front of us here, but I believe the property's highest on the west side where we are, and it slopes down as you go easterly. It goes back quite a ways, a couple hundred yards at least, until you get to that other easement road. So there's the potential for a really nice view there with a few of these trees trimmed. We're not really going to spend much time on this little cabin because, like we said, it's not part of the real estate. And odds are very good that at some point someone will be coming to pick up this cabin. It's just sitting on cinder blocks, it looks like. So we just want to make sure everybody's fully aware of that. Generally, in almost all cases, if there's a portable cabin on a property, then at some point the company that sold it on payments will come and get that. Now this is interesting. We've got a trail that leads down to the east. Hasn't been mowed for a while, but we've got a pile of firewood over there. Someone had put some work into this property. This was logged several years ago. It wasn't clear cut, so quite a bit of timber remaining. It's going to have the standard property covenants that you can see on the website, on the listing page, I should say. So be sure to go to InstantAcres.com to check this one out. We're super close to the Lake of the Ozarks. We've got power on site. We've got a really nice building site, paved road frontage, easement road frontage. Potentially a super nice property for someone. We'll do a drone video as well so you can see it from the air, so you can see the area, all that good stuff. We're toward what's known as the family-friendly section of Lake of the Ozarks. So if we go a few miles to the east, we'd be in Camdenton, which is sort of the headquarters of the Lake of the Ozarks, but it's also where all the big party boats and all that stuff are. As you get to where we are, more toward the west side of the lake, you've got more fishermen, you've got families pulling tubes. We've spent quite a bit of time up here, and it's a beautiful section of the lake. Really interesting property. InstantAcres.com. Give us a call in the office or shoot us an email at sales@InstantAcres.com.